God lets us know that our heart is deceitful. Because our heart is deceitful, the word is letting us know that we cannot base and convince ourselves that we can make the right choice. So now the question is, who can find? Because not only is the heart deceitful, but the question now is based on your faulty mechanism. How or who can find a virtuous woman? If everybody is walking around with faulty mechanics in terms of their ability to choose, then it totally eliminates the possibility that you can find a virtuous woman. Who can find is the question, and it's somewhat ambiguous because it indicates an impossibility, as this is God challenging you. And God is saying, from where I sit looking at you, which one of you can find a virtuous woman? Because her virtue is not going to be in her packaging. Her virtue is not going to be the size of her dress. Her virtue is not going to be in her shape. And whether she is a 36, 22, 36, it really doesn't matter, because her virtue is not in her physical appearance, but it is what you can't see when you look at her with your own eyes. Yes, I'm going there. Slap your neighbor and say, come on, give the preacher some time. I'm getting ready to tell you what I really think. The term virtue then is not dealing with chastity. It is attached to might. It's synonymous with strength. It is synonymous with able. It's virtuous for the woman, and it's valiant for the man. It's talking about substantive. One writer suggests to do worthily. Virtuous coming from the word strength. In other words, who can find a strong woman who can look you dead in the face and say, look here, I don't need you. You're a benefit, but not a necessity. I wish I had a praying church right here. One writer says that this virtuous woman is the particular woman that has all the characteristics of her male counterpart, because we're not dealing now with gender. We're dealing now with the personhood. We're not dealing now with the package, but we're dealing with the immaterial part. We're dealing with what we don't see with the naked eye. We're dealing with who she really is. If she is, whether she's wearing a duster with high heels on, or if she's wearing negligee, it really doesn't matter, because we're not dealing with the presentation of her body, but we're dealing with the presentation of her being. And it's challenging here, because in Job 28 and verse 12, that's another form of the question. Hallelujah, answers and says no one, because wisdom can be found only because God is with wisdom. And the virtuous woman is a woman who has everything that the male has, so that if she is walking with him and he stops, the woman can keep on walking. She doesn't have to quit walking, but the woman can keep on walking because she's got everything that she needs. Hallelujah, because she's got the same thing as her masculine counterparts.